I'm super excited to do this video today because we're gonna go over my favorite skincare and complexion products from 2024. I went back and forth where I'm like, talk about all the things that you like, because I like a lot of things, especially within my benchmark brands. But then I said, nope, do the ride or die stuff that you picked up more than anything else. And so I have it right in front of me. This is the stuff that I traveled with most of the year too. So if I didn't pack this with me, I was going to panic. We're gonna start off strong with skincare. Hyper Real skincare. I use both of these every single night. Cleanse Off, cleansing oil. Listen, sometimes I forget that this is long format. I can talk longer about things. I was an original Cleanse Off oil fanatic, okay? The Tranquil one in the green bottle was my favorite. And it got to the point, like this is my theory, this is not facts, it's my, like what I think happened. MAC got so good at making their formulas like long wearing that to me, the original Cleanse Off oil was not strong enough to break them down in the same way. Or I just got so good at layering and making my product long wear that it wasn't working enough. This one is superior. This breaks down every single ounce of makeup on me, waterproof, everything. Doesn't leave a weird residue on my face, which really bothers me. Live, laugh, love it. That I do sometimes in the shower, but outside the shower. In the shower, Hyper Real cleansing foam. This is an emulsifier, like this is a oil to milk cleanser. So you have to add water in order for it to turn into its milkiness. So you can see, oh, maybe it doesn't pick up on camera. It's hard to see, but it goes like white. That's how it works. You only need one pump. I use like 10, so don't do what I do. This cream to foam cleanser, if you remember the Lightful cleanser, I think it was, it had that same like creamy texture. You need the tiniest amount. And there was something in this, it has a different type of like hyaluronic acid in it that like is left on the surface of the skin, tracks more to the air, whatever. I digress. At some point during this year, I decided to stop washing my face in the morning because I'm like, what really is happening overnight where I need to like wash it in the morning? And I found leaving those like oils on my skin for a little bit versus going through a full wash just has been a dream on my skin. I went back to the MAC wipes. I was using these ones from the grocery store. And it's funny because sometimes when you switch things, you don't actually, like not all the time, you don't notice what's going on. So I went back to these and just everything seems better. It's a lot more gentle on the skin than the other ones were that I was using. So the first thing I do every single morning and night is spray with Fix Plus Magic Radiance. I love this stuff. This plumps my skin, preps it for skincare, and it's just a dream. So this has vitamin C, essential oil, and then Fix Plus. It's kind of like the replacement of softening lotion. So this is the first thing I spray every single day, morning and night, no questions asked. And then at night, I follow up with these are the, I think they're newer. This is the ceramide capsules, but the hyaluronic acid ceramide capsules. I used to use just the regular ceramide. I ran out, I got these. These were given to me, but I worked for Elizabeth Arden when I was like 18 or 19 years old. I love them. I love the product. I don't care if you think they're an old lady brand. You guys like my skin, and this is what I'm doing. So every single night. And then Hyper Real balm. So I was like heavy into the balm, and then I got used to the ceramizer, and I love both. But right now I'm loving the feel of ceramizer over the balm. It's my baby, it doesn't matter. So this on top. So that's the PM routine. AM routine, Magic Radiance, and then ceramizer. So I'm probably 2.5 years, because I had it 6 months before its original launch. I had good skin that I didn't think really needed any work. And this has just elevated it. This has perfected my skin. This is the reason my makeup wears the way it does, looks the way it does. And because this balances my skin, I no longer use primer. Where before you knew that I loved the Silky Radiance primer, which I still do. It has like a spot in my heart, but like from an actual application standpoint, unless I want to add more shine and glow to my skin, there's no need for me to do it. I just love this. I live, laugh, love. I live, laugh, love. It's made, you see it, I see it. Like I remember once upon a time, I think when I first started on TikTok, like if I was doing eyeshadow looks, I had the beauty filter on because the beauty filter doesn't affect the eye area. It just affected like the front part of the skin. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put it on because like my skin's good, but like I felt not uncomfortable, but I was like, it's just gonna be easier for me if I have the beauty filter on. I don't have to listen to what anybody says. Now I'm bare-faced, raw in the camera, and I'm gonna give that to Ceramizer. And then I'm not really a sunscreen person. Please save your typing. But this was a new launch. This was the City Smart Pravage sunscreen. I'm obsessed that it's like this soft champagne color. And I just like the glow that it gives on the skin. Smells kind of weird. Actually, now to me it kind of, it smells like some type of like Play-Doh, clay, and old lady, but I kind of like it. But also caramel, not great caramel. I've really enjoyed that. So that is the skincare I use every single day. I have for years, and I don't want to change it. I'm not going to change it because my makeup wears great. My skin feels great. My skin looks great. Oh, and then I lost it. Like it's somewhere, but I just can't see it. The Pravage eye serum. And I have a couple backups of them. It's expensive, but it's the only thing that has never bothered my under eye area. And I've used it for years. I don't know what could come out from a skincare perspective that will top this for me, that I'm going to be like, I have to swap it out. There's just no way. There's just no way, okay? And if you want to watch someone else who uses other skincare products, just go search it. I also had this before it actually launched in Canada, Strobe Dewy Skin Tint. Round of applause. This is the sexiest, plumpiest, juiciest product in the entire world. I'm being dramatic, but do you see like how the light hits it? That's what it does to my face. I talked about this in another video. People think that it's like the beauty filter kind of like moving on the surface. That is a flex. I for so long was trying to like use different products within benchmark brands to create this kind of look. And because I like my skin to look like rubber, latex, like that's how I want my skin to look. And this is it. I can never be without this. Never, ever, ever, ever be without this. This is my base to everything. I want my foundations, my thicker products, to melt into this, to transform the texture of this, to give me coverage. I don't ever want to put a fuller coverage foundation on my bare skin. I will never do that. This will always be my base. Which brings me to my next one. Please, for the love of God, don't get discontinued. And not enough people love this. Studio Fix Tech. Cream to powder formula, reinvented. The older one was drier. Don't ever use the sponge that comes with it because it just puts it on so thick. This is the sexiest foundation for me because it melts in the skin over time and it blurs, and it's actually like a water-based cream. I can't remember the full, I have a video on all the MAC formulas, but it's some like it's 3 properties. Emollient water powder. I just love how it blurs. It blurs, my whole goal is plump, right? So when I put this on and it melts into the Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, but because it's blurring the skin and adding that layer on top, and then as it melts in throughout the day, it's just so smooth. I will have a heart attack when this is gone. Please, for the love of God, you know what? Actually, this is a message to MAC. Can we together just fix the colors? Darker colors, spectacular. These lighter NCs, actually all the NCs are really great, stunning. The NWs, we just need to adjust them. Oh my God. It makes me feel sick. It makes me feel sick to my stomach actually thinking that it could go. And that was actually a product that I wore in 2012. I did mineralized charged water gel and the original Studio Fix Tech. And I did that for a really long time until probably 2015, 2016. I switched or incorporated Pro Longwear Pump. Strange shades, they were very yellow. And then Pro Longwear Waterproof came out not long after that, and I wore Pro Longwear Waterproof for a really long time. I recently got into this. These are the contour sticks from Kevin Aquan, Contrast Stick. This is chiseled. It's the closest thing I've found to my beloved soft matte foundation stick. In terms of just like the lay down, it's kind of powdery. It stays on the skin enough when you blend it in. I like the size. So that made it. Another underpainting contour beauty is the Studio Radiance Concealer in NC65. This has the most stunning, that's all you need, beautiful undertone for like bronze contour. If you're even more fair, you'll see the little bit of olive that's in it. For my under eye concealer, no one is surprised. Studio Radiance Serum Powered Concealer. Well, that's not even the whole name, is it? No, Luminous Lift Concealer, Haus Labs Concealer. For matte and satiny, Serumy Glowy. I like this one all over my face if I'm doing like a no makeup kind of vibes. And I really like the neutral color. Something that's transformed over the last few years is I used to be a little bit more golden in the center of the face. I prefer slightly more neutral now. And then this is NC 14.5, which I can wear a lot of shades in this, but this is my like highlight color. There is something, the way that it sticks to the skin and just like adheres. It's almost like, okay, so if I watch a product get vacuum sealed, like, you know, when they put clothes in a bag and then vacuum seal it, the way that is when the concealer blends out, those are the two things that I relate to each other. That's how I feel. It's like vacuum sealed on my skin. This is my custom palette from Mob Beauty, and I just, all of it all the time. Blurring Ceramide Foundation, stunning. Kind of like full coverage, and a little bit of Studio Tech kind of had a baby. This is their cream bronzer. This is M80. It has a really nice gray cast to it, so great for contour. And then this stunning, beautiful amazingness that is Suspended Sparkle Bomb. Don't even. That's how I remade like pressed pigments. I have Deeply Dashing on right now, but if you put Extra Dimension eyeshadow and then this over top, you can kind of make a pressed pigment. This is the M98 Highlight Balm. This is like I use slimy, but slimy is a good word to me. It's more wet comparatively to like cream color base. And I was a huge, like I wore Hush cream color base. Ugh, Plump Juicy Sexy. I just love these. I mix it with the Ceramide cream foundation. I would die without those. I love those. Powder, this changed my life. And if you were following me on TikTok, you know that these translucent powders scared the living daylights out of me. But we ended up getting the rosy and the lavender in Canada, and they're like a little bit more radiant. I love this pink powder. I love this pink powder. It's so sexy, and it's the softest pink. I don't like things that are like too colorful that way. Another reason I love this powder so much is the way that it blurs. It's more blurring than like Studio Fix powder, for example, because of how it sits on the surface of the skin, and especially how it reads on camera. The only one that causes like a slight amount of flashback is the translucent, but like a little Fix Plus will cure that. I would be nothing without Studio Fix powder. This is C3, but I normally wear C2 under my eye. And then C8 is my bronzer color. This has more of a greeny olive undertone. These ones have a really strong yellow undertone, which allows for a lot of brightness for me. But love. Studio Fix powders are one of the best ways to contour and highlight your face. The reason I love Studio Fix powder so much is it's got coverage to it. It's blurring, it's smoothing. And people like, I can hear people in the back of my head being like, well, I put it on and it was cakey and it was this and it was that. It's because you didn't work with the product. or you didn't spend the time to like, which brush out of your collection actually applies it the way you want it? What was your technique? How are you holding your brush? Like, there's so many things. Makeup does not know what it's supposed to do. It just knows what its properties are. It just knows the formula that it is. And not every product is made for everybody. If you want soft, radiant, light looking powder, then Studio Fix powder isn't for you. You could use a big fluffy brush to manipulate it, but at the end of the day, like, its base properties might not be for you, and that's okay. But if it's not for you, stop going on the internet and saying something sucks. Like, articulate it different, because you're driving me crazy. Global Glow, like a sweet kiss from a man. This is like, do you see the theme of what I like? You guys ask a lot of the time too, like, what's the equivalent on lighter complexions? In theory, it would be your bronzer with Soft and Gentle over top, because this is gonna pull too orange on a fairer complexion. And then on a darker complexion, it's gonna show too silver, because the undertone disappears. So Gold Deposit or even Cheeky Bronze would be your one. I have a backup of this. I have a fresh one somewhere. I think I'm looking at her right now. And then blush, stars of the show. Totally Synced, True Harmony. True Harmony, so remember what I said? So, True Harmony, Totally Synced. Where can I put these? True Harmony is one of those colors where it's like neutral. So depending on what it's near, it's gonna look more cool tone, could look more warm. Like, actually, I hate using those words, generally speaking. It'll pull a little bit more orangey. It could pull a little more brown. If you remember Harmony blush, like Harmony blush still exists. This is the Glow Play version. And probably one of MAC's most underrated blushes. This is Humor Me. And it's like a brownie plum neutral kind of color. Also one of the best formulas of all time. Again, radiant, plump, juicy, sexy. Love it, lock it in. I would be nothing without Fix Plus. Fix Plus Original, Fix Plus Stay Over. Use this throughout the whole process of your makeup routine. Use this to extend the wear. Use them together. I'm nothing without this product. This is my everything. This is my #1 makeup product in the whole entire world. Oh, I forgot 2 products, or I forgot a product. I don't want to say it out loud, but it blows my mind that like these still exist as they are and have been untouched. I'm so sorry, but it's great. Prep and Prime pens, Bright Forecast. And I just got into Radiant Rose again. I put these under my concealer. It brightens, it color corrects, and it preps the eye for my concealer, so it helps it look brighter and last longer. Yes, it's an extra product, but it's elevating the performance of my concealer. I think that's, like, I love how my skin looks. I love my routine. There's so many videos, like, probably look at any foundation video I've ever made of like my updated foundation routine. I love my foundation routine. I love how it's personalized. It's the same kind of thing. I tweak it like over time just to elevate different things. If a new product comes out, I'm looking more so how to incorporate it in if I really like it, as opposed to replacing something else. So for example, these hyaluronic highlight bombs, yes, they replaced cream color bases for me, but I had been without cream color base for so long that it like didn't really matter. So it was like, where am I incorporating this in? How can I use it more than one way? Like this, I put on my lips and I'm obsessed with it. Let's actually. It's just, I love it. So I just want you guys to like love your makeup. I want you guys to love the product. Like I get excited when I'm like holding these and doing it. There's something that's always sat with me and I cannot explain it. But when I watch people doing their makeup who aren't really like content creators or like beauty enthusiasts, but they're just like people doing their makeup, I'm kind of obsessed with how like that's their concealer, like that's their concealer shade, that's the formula that they like, and they're like using it and they carry it with it. There was a Instagram post, I don't know when it's from, but it was like the contents of women's purses, and you could like kind of see who that person was based on the contents of their purse. That's how I feel when I like look at someone's core products in their makeup routine, where I'm like, that's you, that personalized piece. I love it. And that's why everybody needs to have benchmark brands. I do not care what's popular online. I do not care what people are saying. I don't care what's popular. Long live heavy makeup. Like, I just don't care. Long live layering, long live lots of makeup, long live full looks, long live like you wearing the makeup you want to wear. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. It takes time, but you can have like, you can figure out how to have a more emotional connection to the products that you're using. Even think of like when you watch a movie and maybe there's like a scene where like somebody's getting ready or it's their vanity and you're like, oh my God, that's their personalized stuff. Like that is you. That is you. Oh, benchmark brands. That's what I was talking about. Have the brands you love that you know are solid for you. They speak to you. The products work together. And don't stray. I have these products here are the hottest, sexiest husband, okay, I've ever had. Husband is obsessed with me. You can't get me to cheat on my husband. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no reason for me to go looking. Oh, maybe let's talk about brushes. Brushes that I love. I think these are my key players. Oh wait, there's one that's missing. I have many of these now, thank you, Melt. This is the flat buffer, the 708. This is my favorite complexion brush for strobe dewy skin tint, for face and body, for like the more liquidy ones. And I love a dirty brush. To press my Studio Fix Tech in, or like my fuller coverage foundation, I'll use the 109. This is an original, which if you remember, these used to shed all the time they shed. And it was like I use this with every liquid foundation, especially face and body. And because it shed, it was just like so problematic. But the synthetic one, even though the shape is a little bit different, it's superior to it. This is what, and you can use it on the side for your, This I bought in Vegas when I was at the Makeup Shack. This is the T29. I use this a lot to press in cream contour. I like the angle that it has. Fell back in love with this. This is the 170. So same kind of concept. This is, okay, I need to talk about a brush for a second. Brushes are superior to beauty blenders. Stop typing. The key thing that's great about brushes is that yes, the foundation absorbs in, but with pressure and how you work the product, it comes back out of the brush. So like it absorbs and transfers the product all over, where a sponge is really just gonna absorb it. Sponges are great for taking away excess or pushing a lot of product into the skin. But a lot of the times people are like, you put your foundation on and then you use the sponge to remove excess, but you never had to have the excess foundation to begin with. Just put less on and then I'll have to remove it. But this, to push in specifically the NC65, just like a tap, 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 tap is, I also put Studio Fix Tech on with that too. These were my most used concealer brushes, and you will note that they are all fluffy because fluffiness gives a softer appearance on the skin. So this one gives more coverage because it's smaller. These are both from the Nikki LaRose BK Beauty set. I like every single brush that was in that set, N16 and 14. This is the little dome shaped one. Live, laugh, love. And then I've been recently using the 240 just because I love the brush. Like, I love the brand. I love the brush. I want to use the brush because it makes me happy. This one's a little bit larger than the other one, so the technique's gonna change slightly. Oh, I also use the 170 for the Glow Play blushes too. This has been a long love of mine. This is a natural haired one. I honestly can't really tell the difference between the two anymore. I also don't care. This puts my little veil of blush onto the face, so very, very soft because I work in thin layers. I can't have blush go on like heavy, so that's what I use for that. It's a much more complicated brush to work with in my opinion. And then this is my one and only, I mean, I have many of them, but my bronzer brush, this is the 187. This is a natural haired one. Well, natural and synthetic. This is what I use for Studio Fix powder, so the flatness and the circle there. And then I can use the edge to add in contour. So those are my favorite ride or die must-have benchmark brands, skincare and complexion products. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these, if any of them are your favorites too. You can let me know what you guys are obsessed with. And I will continue to use these into 2025 and for the foreseeable future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram, all under the same name, at Miss Megan Robinson. If you want more makeup education, make sure that you're on my free SKOOL platform. There's cool things coming. www.skool.com/Miss Megan Free School. Do you want to do eyes, or do you want to do lips next, or should we just do them in a video together? Let me know in the comments below, and until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.